let's fire it up.
That's awesome, Ben. I love the sound of this machine.
Yeah. Buenos dias, ¿qué pasó, amigos? Welcome back to the channel, John's Moto Garage. I'm super thrilled today because Honda has officially announced the release of the 2021 Rebel 1100. There was talk about this bike and speculation for years, but it's official, it's here. I'm not gonna go super in depth on all the different specs. I'll gloss over that briefly, but I really wanna talk today about why I'm so excited about this, and it may be the first bike I ever go out and buy brand new. So let's jump into it. It's gonna be an 1100cc parallel twin, basically the Africa Twin engine, retuned slightly with a heavier flywheel. It has around 87 horsepower, 90 foot-pounds of torque. It's going to weigh just under 500 pounds. MSRP is going to be at around $10,000 plus or minus. It's going to be available in a 6-speed manual transmission as well as a DCT automatic. Now, I used to bash on the idea of an automatic transmission with motorcycles until I met a dude who doesn't have full function of his left hand, can't use a clutch, and automatic is the only option he has. So it's awesome that they have these available. So why am I so excited about the motorcycle? A few reasons. So if you know me, you know that I'm a big fan of cruisers. I'd take the Harleys and do wheelies on them. I'm learning to do drifts on them, stuff like that. And I've had tons of performance cruisers come through the garage. But the biggest complaint I've always had with performance cruisers is that you basically take the worst of all worlds and combine it into one. What am I talking about? Well, with a cruiser, you're typically looking at comfort, but they're slow and heavy. A performance cruiser is fast, not as fast though as your sport bikes. The handling is usually quite poor. The comfort level is not there because you got like an aggressive, ergonomics. And so again, you're just taking the worst of everything. Well, finally, and I think we're starting to see this trend with cruiser motorcycles, we don't have to compromise the handling and the performance to have a cruiser. We finally have a cruiser where it offers performance, it offers handling, and it has the comfort with it as well. And this isn't the first time we've seen this. Kawasaki came out with the Vulcan 650S, super lightweight, easy to maneuver, all that good stuff, and it had some performance there. But the difference with this new Honda 1100 is, for one, which this is subjective, I actually like how it looks. That's a big one. But for two, it's a bike that's gonna be in at a price point where it's gonna be appealing to a broad audience. At 1100 cc's, some beginners are gonna be able to convince themselves it's an okay bike. Those who don't want a 300, don't want a 500, they can say, bam, 1100, that's the sweet spot. Not so big that it's, putting themselves out of the market like a Triumph Rocket 3 or the BMW, big 1900cc engine, but just that sweet spot. Not too much, not too little. Additionally, like I said, it already has the performance out of the gate. It's got 3 riding modes, and it also has an anti-wheelie option. So if it needs anti-wheelie, that implies that the bike can rip a wheelie in its stock form. And that's the one complaint I have with Harleys. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my Harleys, but you're dumping a crap ton of money into those just to get them up to speed. And it's not a secret, everybody knows that. Harley, they're not known for performance, they're not known for handling. Well, finally with this Honda Rebel 1100, it's a bike that I personally think looks cool, and out of the gate comes with just about everything that I want. And I think everything that's appealing to a very, very broad audience. Whether you're in it for just the cruising, whether you're in it for just ripping around town, whatever you're in it for, this bike kind of offers it. We now have these cruisers that are somewhat versatile, aside from going crazy off-road. So that's why I'm so excited about the motorcycle, and that's the one reason why I may actually go out and buy this bike brand new. At 10,000 bucks, it's not gonna break the bank. I spent that much money on my 20-year-old Harley Davidson, right? A few other things I'll note. The cool thing with this Rebel 1100 is there's been a lot of hype about it. There's been this kind of build up to the release of this motorcycle, mostly from the community basically saying, dude, we want to see it. There's been patents floating around, things like that. Well, Honda has delivered essentially exactly what we were hoping for. But one reason why I think this will be wildly successful compared to a lot of other motorcycles that have had that hype is, again, the price point and the fact that it's appealing to a lot of people. There's bikes like the Triumph Rocket 3, which a ton of people talked about that motorcycle. There's tons of videos about it. Well, once the bike was released, it kind of just like disappears, I don't hear a ton about that bike anymore. Never seen one out ripping around on the road. I've never seen somebody buy that bike, do anything cool aftermarket. Never seen it doing wheelies, donuts, none of that. And the reason is it's a $20,000, $30,000 motorcycle. Most people, your average rider, just can't afford to have that bike in the garage, let alone rip on it and ride it and do all that crazy stuff. Same thing with that BMW 1900, you know, crazy cruiser. Really cool cruiser, cool on paper, but when push comes to shove, most people aren't gonna have the cash laying around to go do that. Well, with the Honda Rebel 1100, the Honda's already proven with their 3 and 500 that it's a popular bike that people will buy. Now it's just opening the doors up to so many more riders who, you know, maybe thought it was too small for them and just not quite their cup of tea. And I'm one of those dudes. I'm really excited about the bike, and like I said before, I think I may go out and buy one. So those are my thoughts on the new motorcycle. That's why I'm so stoked on it. Let me know below, what do you guys think? Would you consider a parallel twin cruiser? Do you like the look and design of the bike, or do you think it's absolutely horrendous? Jackie, my wife, she's like, yeah, I saw that and it looks horrible. But let me know what you think about the motorcycles and one you would consider. Drop a comment below, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram at John's Moto Garage. Quick update, if you don't already know, I'm doing a new series. It's called the YouTube Moto Flip Project. Premise is simple. I take a $2,000 to $3,000 budget, go buy a motorcycle, flip, sell it, basically try to trade my way up to my dream bike. And I've already purchased the first bike. I haven't released that video yet, but I invited you guys to guess what bike it is in my last video. And there was one of you who was the first to guess it correct. So you're gonna get the $20 Amazon gift card. Stay tuned to find out who you are in a future video. And then there were a few of you also who guessed it as well. I'm gonna put all the other ones into a raffle, and we'll just do a drawing at random for the second $20 gift card. But stay tuned for that series. Very soon here, I'll release the video where I go and pick up that motorcycle. I'll go over how much I paid for it. We'll go over how much I'm hoping to sell it for. And then once we sell that bike, we'll take the profits and we'll take that new budget and roll it into another motorcycle. And I didn't know what my dream bike was gonna be for this, but maybe it'll be the Rebel 1100, you know, brand new, go pay cash for a brand new Rebel 1100, you know, and I don't know, 12 months when I have the funds built up. We'll see. Maybe I won't have the patience and I'll just go buy it brand new anyway. I don't know. But there you have it, you guys. As always, thanks for all the support. Happy Thanksgiving. It's tomorrow, depending when you watch this video. Hope everybody's doing good. Again, like and subscribe if you dig it. Thanks for the support. We'll catch you next time. Adios. Nos vemos.